Hello guys, welcome back to my another video over here, and this is a continue part for FreeRadius server configuration and installation. And in the previous video we went and configure our FreeRadius server, and in this video we'll go and see how to configure for our client connection. So first of all, I want to show you what's my IP for Radius server. My IP is 192.168.0.1 for FreeRadius server, and let me try if I can ping to my default gateway. So it can ping my default gateway over here. And before we continue to FreeRadius server, what we need to do is we need to configure our Wi-Fi access point for FreeRadius server configuration. So I have selected here WPA2 Enterprise, and my Radius server IP is 101, and the port is default 1812, and the Radius server password is testing123-1. So this is a Radius server password. So if I go over here and if I go to my Radius server configuration file, here's the list of all the Radius server configuration file, and make sure you have the backup for your original file, like I have done over here: user original, client config, and original over here. Because if you do any changes over here and it did not work, then you can revert back to your original file. So my password over here is testing123-1, and if you go over here and if you go to client config, my shared secret is testing123-1, and I have added my client equals to 192.168.0.101/24. So make sure you have added this line, and it depends on your network what IP and what subnet you are using, so you can configure depending on your own need. So first thing is you need to change over here and make sure the secret key is as correct with your router or your access point configuration. So after you configure over here, you can save over here and post this one. And if on the second file we need to configure is user file, and I have created a user called Steve with a clear text password is testing. And I have also added over one line over here. You can see default auth type equals to accept. By default in the configuration file it will be not included, this one, so you need to add in this one, because I have tried without this one and the Radius server was simply not accepting any client connection. So I have added this line over here for accepting a client connection. So these two files you need to add in over here, these two lines. So just save after that. So this is the main configuration file for client and user, and now we can go over here and launch our Radius server. So our Radius server is ready to process, and if we go to our client and we have one access point, you can see over here my wireless setting and my access point name SSID is Richard. So if I go over here, I need to create a manual connection for this one. So if I add one manual connection for and I choose WPA2 enterprise. Next, change the connection setting. The security I choose for setting and validate. You can also remove this one depending on your need. If you want to validate the server certificate, you can just leave first this one on. So I just leave this one on for you. And here is a secure password. We are using MSChat version 2. Configure. Okay, and advanced. In 802.1x we specify a user authentication. Okay, and just close this one. Now we are ready to connect our client over here, and if you go here, it's already connected. Just disconnect this one and connect back. It's asking for username and password. So our user name was Steve and password was testing. Okay, so here is showing the server certificate error, because the server certificate is not the trusted one we generated using a bootstrap. So we can terminate over here, or you can just connect. This warning is because the server certificate is not trusted. So just connect, and so you can see over here it's already connected to our Radius server. So if you don't want to pop up the server certificate error, what you can do is with this one you can just uncheck the server certificate validation over here, and if you connect over here, it's asking for Steve and password is testing, and it's not showing for any server certificate validation error. So that's how you configure and connect to our Radius server in Kali Linux. I think you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. See you again.